I'm excited. It's seriously a pleasure to be here with you all. And I'm going to get into the who, what, when, where, why of what we're doing, so we can all stay on the same page. I'm all over the place, but we all are. And if this is going to be realistic, we have to be realistic, okay? At least I'm going to be. So we are now starting the intro to what we're doing here, okay? Who? That was me. What? That's what we're doing. Okay. Okay, let me break that down a little bit. We are going to manifest by unlearning everything that we think we know, because essentially we know nothing, right? We're going to be unlearning. We're going to be unrooting ourselves from any family or soul connected ties that are not serving us. We are going to be unblocking. We're going to be creating free-flowing energy within us. And we are going to be staying laser focused and focusing our use of power on our purpose, which is manifesting what we want in 21 days. Okay? So, why? Oh, when? Starting today, December 29th. Why are we starting today? Why did I rush myself into doing this? One, I'm a procrastinator. Okay, if I wouldn't have put a date on it, I don't know when I would have done it. Two, it's a full moon. Okay, I just thought it would be perfect to start on a full moon. Oh, okay, I can tell you that. How is this constructed? Okay, so we're doing 21 days. Why are we doing 21 days? First of all, I know people have heard it takes 21 days to form a new habit, okay? That really wasn't the big chunk of things. There's a couple reasons. So one, we're going to go through a full moon, new moon cycle throughout this 21 days, okay? There's going to be lunation tied into this, chakras tied into this, and the tarot journey tied into this, okay? And a lot of other stuff in between, but basically, it's divided into 3 parts and 7 parts and a lunar cycle. So the first 3 is 7 days. So the first 7 days is going to be learning. The second 7 days is going to be living. And the third 7 days is going to be mastering. Okay. Then we're divided into chakras. There's 7 chakras. Okay. So 3 days are going to be focused on one chakra. So the first 3 days are going to be focused on the root chakra. We're going to be talking about rooting, unrooting, our foundation, what we want to build, okay? Things like that. And then the next 3 days will be your sacral chakra. Okay, it's going to go up from there. Also, we're going to be following through the learning, living, and mastering. Each day is going to be a level of a chakra. So while we're spending 3 days in one, we're also completely going through our chakra system each day. So day 1, 2, and 3 are, yes, going to be founded on a chakra, which is so root chakra, root chakra, root chakra. But those 3 days are also going to be root chakra, sacral chakra, solar plexus. And it's all going to kind of come into one. While working with the moon and obviously working within us. So that's a little bit of what we're doing. So when now, obviously, the 29th, I don't even know the last day of that. And there will be like a surprise on the last day, but that's for the last day. Okay. And then why are we doing this? we're acting as a collective in our own journey to enlightenment. Okay, when we have a collective, we amplify our intentions, we amplify our manifestation powers, and we're all focusing our power on something. Okay. And it doesn't have to be enlightenment. It can be your journey to your 21 day of manifesting. But with it going along the chakras, once we like unblock and come up and raise our vibration, we hit that enlightenment stage. Okay, so maybe you're manifesting enlightenment. Maybe you're manifesting your flow to go. Okay, whatever. But that's the quick rundown of the who, what, when, where, why. I hope that made sense. And then I'm just going to talk about day one. Okay, what we should be doing, thinking, planning in day one. So first and foremost, we're starting in our root chakra, like I said. So that's laying our foundation, feeling safe and secure in what we do. So we're going to start by doing an exercise. I read it in a book called 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. And it's basically what we're going to do is close our eyes. Okay. And imagine walking into, with the baby in the background, walking into a funeral. Okay, and as you're walking through the funeral, you're looking around and you see everybody that you love. You're getting closer to the casket in the front and you look down and you see that it's you. Okay, it's you. So the exercise is to think about, as you stand there and people start speaking about you, the things that you want your loved ones to say about you. Who you were, what you did, what you offered, just what those words you want the people you love the most to say about you. What are those? Okay, write those down. That end goal, that what you want people to remember you by, your legacy, write that down. Okay, so when I did this 8 years ago, I wanted to be kind, a very genuinely kind human being. I wanted to be a business owner. I wanted to have a huge home with a nice yard. And now it's shifted to where I want my huge home. I don't want to be around any city lights anymore. I live in I live in Chicago. So, those things that you want people to remember you by, write that down. Okay, that's gonna be your foundation. Every single day you live, every single day you wake up, you will build up and become that person. So that's why they call it the begin with the end in mind exercise, because you have your ending, right? So that's one. I'm going to timestamp that because that's an important part of our day. Okay. Root chakra, safety and security foundation. Now, what that could already be a block for somebody, because if we're deeply rooted into beliefs that we no longer believe in, really, we're already blocked because we can't get that full mentality, the Fool card in tarot, the trust in the universe, new slate, just basically beginning our journey. We're gonna unroot and replant ourselves in our own foundation, our own beliefs, and we really got to connect with the earth. Okay, that's step one. Connecting with the earth, uprooting, replanting, write down your foundation, your begin with your end in mind, those words. Okay, so something to take away from this moment, what we skip will always come back. Okay, so don't don't ignore anything, okay? If you ignore any single thing, feeling, thought, anything right now, it'll come back, and then we'll have to start over, okay? So what we skip will always come back. The tools we're going to gain throughout these first 7 days, discipline, compassion, we're going to find our masculine power, and we're going to focus our use of power, okay? We're building our foundation. We're going to forgive. I love that word. Not always. We're going to forgive. We have to forgive, okay? We're going to write down. This is another exercise. We're going to write down anyone who's hurt us and start that forgiveness, okay? Ideally, when I do readings for people, I tell them to sit in their feelings with it for however long, but we only have like 21 days, okay? So if we're doing this manifesting, we should be willing to do whatever it takes at this point, right? So we're gonna have to write all those names down. We're not blaming, we're forgiving. We're forgiving ourselves if we have to. And we don't have to forget. You don't have to forget. You don't have to welcome people into your life. But what forgiveness does is basically detoxifies us. It cleanses us. It cuts ties with that karmic debt. And it's just super important to release that. Okay, so we're gonna write down the things, people that have hurt us. And we're going to think about the lessons that each thing taught us, okay? The lessons that we got from each situation. So everyone is our teacher, okay? As we unlearn everything, now we have to know that everyone is our teacher. Everything that happens to us, everything that upsets us, it's here to teach us something. Everything that makes us happy is here to teach us something. So as you're writing those things down, you have to think about what you learned, the lessons you took, and the life lesson the universe was giving to you. And at that point, burn, rip, whatever, but you're releasing it with gratitude that those lessons came into your life, because you wouldn't be here trying to manifest your future without it. So that's how we're going to turn that into gratitude. But first, and then you have to do it with love. Like, you love that you learned those lessons. You loved that you are now on the other side of that, because the knowledge that you took from it is going to help us throughout these 21 days, maybe right now, by bringing up and burying this, putting it to rest. I like to say we carry a backpack of bullshit. Excuse my word. And as we take things out and deal with them, it gets lighter and lighter, and then we feel lighter, okay? So grounding. We're grounding. For the next 3 days, we're grounding, okay? We're building that foundation. We're connecting with the universe. We're connecting with Earth. We're loving, and we're cutting ties with anything that does not serve us, okay? Then we're shifting it all to gratitude. So after you begin with the end in mind, and then your forgiveness paper, now we're doing everybody that you're grateful for. Everybody, everything you're grateful for, you're going to write that down, and then we're going to rip it, burn it, and we're going to release it with more gratitude and love for every single one of those things. Why are we burning up what we're grateful for? Because it's a full moon, and a full moon is for releasing, letting go. We can let go with love, okay? But either way, we're going to go with it. Remember, we're not blaming, we're only forgiving. We're not blaming, we're only forgiving. Again, we're exiting the situation karmically. So if there's any karma attached to the situation, I know some people like to think of them as soul fragments. Like, these are soul fragments you have to cut ties with in order to be able to move forward. So that's what we're doing. Once we release, we replace with gratitude. So, full moon. Super emotional. It's a full moon in Cancer. Okay, so super emotional. A lot of things that you haven't dealt with are going to come up right now, which is another reason why I wanted to start it today, because we're going to let it go. Now is a time to let it go. with letting it go, we're opening space and we're filling it with gratitude, as we said. But as we fill it with gratitude, this is a time for inner work, looking within, healing, and shifting our blocks, uprooting, replanting, building blocks. We're building a foundation. We're shifting our blocks. The full moon is the brightest, and it helps us shine. It helps with shining a light on our darkness in our dark times. Okay, so this could be a really emotional next couple days, but it could also be a really powerful next couple days. Okay, so we're going to use the power, the focused power that we are given, the resources we have now, the tools we have, and we're going to think about what lessons need to be taught right now. We're letting go of grudges, upsets, negative emotions. Fears is a big one. Fear is one of my biggest one with launching another business that I want. Just being scared of that. Drama, wrongdoing, arguments, disappointments. Everyone is our teacher. Holding on to anger is like drinking poison and expecting the other person to die. That's a Buddhist quote. We don't know if it was Buddha or one of his, teachers, but it's definitely a Buddhist quote. And we need to remember that. So our energy with the full moon in Cancer could be dependent, not independent, dependent and needy. Okay, so we're not going to counteract that. If you have a person you can be needy with, by all means, do it. If you don't, then you just have to understand that it's being pushed on us in this lunation. Okay, so recap. Right now, today, we are, notice I haven't even asked what we're manifesting. Okay, you may know, I know, I want to manifest healthier habits. I gained a little weight being inside, but I just want to get back toned up and healthy. I also want to manifest a great outcome for both lawsuits I have throughout having COVID. And I think that's like a good start, okay? I do not suggest writing your manifestation in stone right now because we're doing a lot of unblocking and replanting, and that's where our focus should be. So yes, if you have your manifestation, great. That's awesome to have. I have mine, but if you don't, that's awesome too, because sometimes we need to figure out our life's purpose, and then we'll be able to manifest or know what we want to manifest. Maybe we just want to manifest happiness, okay? No matter what we're manifesting, I promise you the tools to get through that will be given. And I will be here as much as possible. Okay, so I am going to go through tomorrow. Also, when I launch this video, I'm going to launch a day one sheet. I'm going to launch the forgiveness paper, the gratitude paper, and I'm also going to launch later on throughout the day like a quick meditation practice for day one, and probably a little bit more information on the root chakra and what we can do for that. But day one's priority to-do list affirmations are out. If you feel like you want to get your manifestation down on paper today, absolutely do it. Absolutely do it. I just don't want to pressure that into today because I know how much work needs to go in to build up to that. But either way, day one is here. If you guys have any questions, definitely let me know. I'm here for you guys, and there's going to be a lot of great stuff. Day one isn't meant to overload anybody. We're kind of just here to get here. We're here at day one, okay? Day one, don't put any extra pressure on yourself. I would definitely suggest doing the forgiveness tonight, the night before full moon. The full moon's at 98% right now. It's going to be at 100% for the next 2 days. So here we go. Here's the day one.